All right. Hello. Good morning, everyone. So today I'm going to do a 8-minute speed painting. Someone suggested in the comments that I should use Microsoft's timer, built-in timers, and they're right. This is super cool. And so I'm going to use the 8-minute and 20-second timer instead of my 6-minute timer that I normally call. I named it the devil. Um, and I named this one the sun because that's how long light generally travels from the Earth to from the sun. And I think that's a cool concept. And so, yeah, and it's a little bit longer. It gives me a little bit more time to paint and a little more time to kind of make something. And so I'm going to do that. And so this video will just be me painting like normal and talking about stuff. I like I said last time that we were hanging out that I might go a little bit more in depth about what it means to make cool imagery. So I'll talk a little bit more about it. I will say, let me start the timer so you guys can actually see. Let me full screen this. There you go. So it started now, so you guys can know that it started. I don't know if it will make a noise. Um, and I definitely got to stop right when it stops because I have a meeting shortly after. So, oh, and I need to be able to see OBS to make sure you guys see what I see. Um, yeah. So anyway, so a lot of a lot of what I think makes something cool uh, can be different than what I think a lot of other people think's cool. You know, I have a controversial opinion about, for instance, certain video games that I just don't think are any good. But I know a lot of other people love these video games. So it's really interesting to me to kind of be like, it's okay to like have opinions about stuff that you don't like, but to also recognize what other people like and recognizing those differences allows you to become a good designer. Because if you understand what makes other people like what they like and understanding what makes you like what you like, it will allow you to kind of parse the difference. And so, for instance, like I'm not a big fan of like super big open world games, but I understand why other people might. Like I'm not really into like world building and stuff like this, just because I think it's not that interesting. A lot of people are, a lot of people really love that type of stuff. And I think it's okay to be, really caught up in that. Um, but what I really find interesting is more like action and puzzles and really kind of using skills to really define your abilities in a game genre. But not everybody likes that. And so I think when it comes to cool visuals, something similar is there. I think people get caught up on like the artistry of it, like how hard it was to make the image, not necessarily what the image is about, you know? And and so sometimes people will look at like the complexity of an image as part of what makes it good, like how much tools may have not been used or may have been used to determine whether it's a good image or not. And I think that's a really dangerous way of determining quality. Um, so, for instance, like you'll see a lot of people be looking at like this new AI technology, and they'll be pretty critical of it and have some opinions about it. But some of the stuff that's coming out of it is genuinely cool, though. Like it's kind of rad, you know. And that's because it's just people's ideas, like unfiltered, like because there's no barrier between like what they think should be cool and like what they want to create, generally. And so when you don't have that barrier, you can start kind of creating some really cool imagery. Um, Granted, the tool kind of creates a very specific look, and I think that's okay. Um, and like I said, there's part of the look that helps make something look cool, but it's not all of it. And a lot of artists tend to focus a lot of their energy on just the the workflow, like, oh man, like I need to use 3D, I need to like use this tool, that tool, and they don't really focus in on like the general idea. And for me, like this AI tools, for instance, like people are like literally just trying to focus on ideas and creating really cool images because of that. And so when you're seeing me paint right here, like, and typically speaking, a lot of what I do is focus on ideas first. Not all the time, like especially like in the last few years, I've just been painting really abstractly. I've been really working towards just abstract imagery and just making really cool abstractions, worrying less and less about cool ideas, worry more about like just execution and speed, because it's just something that I'm really always really fascinated with. It's like how much faster can I get? You know, it's always cool to just get better and better at your tools. Um, Not everybody is into that. I am. I'm a man of. I'm a technician. I like to have some real amazing proficiencies at the things that I do, but not everybody's built that way. I am. But I like to focus on the idea, and whenever I work with clients and work on projects that are for myself that are, you know, supposedly supposed to be good and interesting. And when I do that, then I really push the envelope and really push the concepts further. You know what I mean? And when I do that, um, and I get to a spot, so for instance, I have about a few minutes left. About here, I'll show you guys. About like 2.5 minutes left. Um, when I get to that point where I feel that I have um, you know, a cool and interesting concept, then I try to, you know, really go to town and execute now, you know? And when I try to execute, it's really important that I do a reasonable job, um, as best I can with what I have. And a lot of times people, like I said, focus a lot of the energy of like trying to draw well. Like they're like, is this a good drawing? They don't stop to think like, wait, is what I'm drawing like any good though? Like, is it cool? And I always ask myself simple questions like, is this something that I would want as a toy? Like if I was like a little kid. And if the answer to that question is not really, or like if I was doing like an environment art or like a prop design, like is this something that I would want to have or a place I would like to explore? And if the answer to these questions is no, I got about a minute. Um, then I reevaluate kind of my illustration, you know? And I think this type of stuff really helps. This type of thinking really helps drive an image. But a lot of times people focus. Oh my god, did my image freeze? Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Here, let me just do this, and then just I don't know how long ago my camera froze. Apologize if you're just looking at my frozen mug. I can't rely on this camera anymore. I know what the problem is, and I'm not sure how to fix it. My frozen mug. We got 30 seconds left. I don't know how to fix it live, is what I'm saying. I had to like unplug my camera and plug it back in. But ultimately, you know, what I was trying to get at is like, you know, is it something that you really care about? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Like, is it something that you would like actually engage in and purchase yourself, like as a product? A lot of times people would, you know, really, really. Oh, that's tight. Cool. um, Purchase yourself. I'm going to spend a few more seconds on this to finish my thought. Uh, you know, and if that the answer is yes, then you can then extend that idea outwards, right? You can extend it out to, you can extend that outwards to like stuff like, like a client would probably want that for their project as well, right? Like they would want to hire you because they're, oh, dude, this mother effer is like doing cool stuff that I want, you know. And then you can see how like your portfolio would lend itself to people that are looking to hire you because they're like, I want that kind of content as well in my projects, you know. And so the more and more you start to I'm going to stop hitting here. The more and more you start to practice and sharpen those blades, you know, and begin that process of like really understanding what makes something cool on the like the idea front, then you can really sit still and just paint it and make it a really cool image. And I will say that painting something really good also can help make a cool image. Okay? Like just sitting still and just painting something very, very good is also smart. And if you combine the idea with excellent execution, then you know you're kind of unstoppable. You feel me? But anyways, till next time, friends. Sorry if you had to deal with my frozen face. But I'm not editing, and I'm not. I'm in the groove. I'm consistently doing this stuff, so I'm gonna keep it up. So, and I appreciate all the nice comments. And again, I do read the comments right before I start to do my next video. So if you have anything you want me to talk about, again, I'm going to keep them pretty short, 10 to 15 minutes, these speed paints. So if you want me to talk about something very quickly and shortly, more than game, I might stream tomorrow. So if that's the case, keep your calendar free. I might be available then. If not, maybe next week. I'll talk to you guys later. Cheers.